Today's Civil 3D tip is on feature lines. I'm going to show you how to convert a feature line with curves back to the original polyline geometry using a constant elevation. As you can see, this drawing contains a surface and two polylines. Notice that both polylines contain a curve. On the Home ribbon tab, Create Design panel, Feature Line drop-down menu, select Create Feature Lines from Objects. When prompted, select both polylines, then press Enter. In the Create Feature Lines dialog, verify that the Erase Existing Entities and Assign Elevations option boxes are checked. Then click OK. In the Assign Elevations dialog, the EG surface is automatically selected. Make sure the Insert Intermediate Grade Breakpoints option box is unchecked, then click OK. Select the feature lines, and you can see that the geometry appears to match the original polylines. So how do you get from feature line back to polyline? You might think that exploding the feature lines is the answer. Let's try that and see what happens. Please note that the following steps should be performed in a copy of the original drawing, so that you don't lose any modifications that may have been made to the original feature line elevations. Before proceeding, press Escape a few times. I always do this before executing the explode command to verify my selection set. Go ahead and select the feature line on the right, and on the command line, type X and press Enter. This will explode the feature line. Select the newly exploded object on the right. Notice that in the Properties palette, the object is listed as a 3D polyline. You should also notice that there are now geometry points along the arc of the original polyline. This is not the desired result, so let's try something slightly different for the next one. Don't forget to escape a few times, then select the feature line on the left. Again, notice that the geometry appears to match the original polyline geometry. On the Feature Line Contextual tab, Edit Elevations panel, select Elevation Editor. The geometry for the selected feature line is shown on the Grading Elevation Editor tab on the Panorama palette. Select the first PI in the listing, Station 0+00, and hold the Shift key while selecting the last PI in the listing, Station 1+80. To edit the elevations, left-click inside the elevation column on the first row, then type 0 and press Enter. Notice that on all the selected rows, the elevation has changed to 0. Left-click on the green check mark to close the Panorama palette. Press Escape a few times, then select the feature line on the left again. On the command line, type X and press Enter. Select the newly exploded object on the left and check the Properties palette and the grips. This object is a polyline and has a curve exactly like the original object. This is the desired result, except that the polyline is on the feature line layer instead of the original layer. But that's an easy fix. Note that you don't have to use 0 as an elevation. As long as the feature line is set to a constant elevation, the result will be a polyline at the specified elevation. And that concludes this Civil 3D tip on feature lines.